Welcome to Advocate Today. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. Thank you for joining me. The Grammy Awards is now recognizing the achievements of Black artists. The Black Collective is honoring Lil Wayne, Missy Elliott, and Dr. Dre with the newly named Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. The award was renamed to honor Dr. Dre's impact on the industry. Lil Wayne paid homage to New Orleans and his family during his acceptance speech. Missy Elliott praised music executive Sylvia Rhone for believing in her from the start. And Dr. Dre said his first goal in music was to be able to buy a decent pair of shoes. Several stars performed at the event, including Swizz Beatz, 2 Chainz, and Tyga. Chloe Bailey performed Elliott's 1 Minute Man and a version of Aaliyah's 1 in a Million. The Black Music Collective was founded in 2020 and works to drive Black representation and inclusion in the music industry. The M. Night Shyamalan universe is expanding with a new horror thriller. A family rents a remote cabin, and all seems well until they're taken hostage by 4 armed strangers who put the fate of the world in the hands of the family. And they have to prevent the apocalypse. I had the honor of speaking to Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge about how they got their roles and playing gay fathers in this nuclear family.
Oh, what are you playing on your... Yes,
Tracy.
Judy!
Oh, and it's the Carol soundtrack.
Oh, just that Carol film.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel so much love for you right now. That is amazing.
Likewise. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me and for noticing my mise en scène. Well, first, I just wanted to begin by saying congratulations on the film. And I wonder if you would each talk a little bit about how you came to be a part of the project and what your initial reaction was to this project. And I'll go to you first, Ben.
Quite the usual way, I suppose, in which I first came involved. I got an able from my agent saying, make a self-tape for this, and I was like, oh, it's M. Night Shyamalan film, okay, yeah, great. Just had the scenes, 3 scenes, they didn't necessarily piece together very well, the scenes, in terms of, wasn't told what the film was about, of course, shrouded in secrecy, it being an M. Night film, and I was trying to piece that together, made the tape, sent it off. A week later, did a Zoom with Night. We workshopped it, or he put me through my paces for like an hour and 45 minutes. Wouldn't give me much information still.
It keeps getting slightly longer.
Does it? Is it 2 hours, 3 hours in a Zoom?
You've been through this today.
Oh God, I'm stretching the truth. God, look at me.
This is only about 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Was it an hour and a half before?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it was an hour and a half.
It might have been an hour and 45, and then it became an hour and a half, and now it's back to an hour.
Okay, right. Well, put me through my paces, wouldn't give me any information on the character or the film, and then 3 days later, called me, said, I want you to be in the film, now you can read the script. And reading that script was shocking. I was discovering for the first time what it was about, who Andrew was, what I was going to have to be playing, the stakes of the whole thing. I was realizing this was probably going to be relentless and very intense, and it honestly intimidated me. I was like, oh, I can't imagine this is going to be kind of relaxing joyride. No. It's going to be like, whoa. And it was, but it was both those things. It was also joyful because of the amazing cast that we had on this. But,
yeah, so good. And Jonathan, what was your initial reaction?
I had a 37
I know you've been through this.
37-minute meeting with Night.
37. 37? 38.
Similar to Ben, I made an audition tape. I had a Zoom with Night. That was not an hour and 45 minutes, but, you know.
I needed testing.
I guess. And then read the script, I guess. And yeah, I remember in one of the audition scenes, the character of Andrew was doing a giant monologue, and the second audition scene that I was given was a lot of like listening and reacting to what was happening. And it was a unique challenge in an audition tape. And it was one of the things when I read the script and when we were on set that was exciting to me about doing the project was this sort of like Andrew's very verbal and Eric is sort of non-verbal through a lot of it, partially because of his concussion that he has. And getting to play those moments and feel those moments, sometimes with words and often without, was an exciting challenge in the acting of it. But mostly I wanted to be a part of an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I'd
Yeah.
never done a horror movie, and it seemed like it would be fun. I put fun in quotes, like it would be a new and exciting experience, and it was really intense, and the ensemble of the seven of us really committed and inspired each other a lot throughout the course of making the movie, and it ended up being this um, really incredible ensemble acting experience.
Yeah, it's incredibly well done. It's so visceral. And I wonder, with this cast and, forming this nuclear family between two gay dads and an adopted daughter, which is so crucial to the plot, really, because usually we see the heteronormative family in this situation, and this bond is incredibly strong and important to the plot. And I wonder, did you do rehearsal? How did you kind of create that with Kristen, who plays your daughter?
Yeah, we had 2 weeks rehearsal, which I think is really unusual to have that length of rehearsal on any project. And Knight really uses that to kind of comb over the words that you're going to say on his set, and that's mostly what it's about. But he also kind of on the side was like, yeah, you gotta get to know Kristen and kind of bond with her, and was that a weird Knight impression?
No, it was really good. I was excited that you're finally starting. That was the first time he started to dip into doing his Knight impression, which is
Oh, I feel
he's very
honored
good.
to be a part of it.
It's all for you, Tracy. And yeah, we were kind of graced with that time really, and we like hung out with her in the park. We played Just Dance on the PlayStation. I went ice skating with her. She is an incredibly intelligent, intuitive, really fun, really funny, great sense of humor. She's just great to be around, and I think like our bonding experience with her kind of enabled us all to bond in a really intense way. We also just naturally got on really well. Knight did a good job in casting us together. We are, I guess we share a lot of similarities together, but we also share the kind of balancing components of Andrew and Eric, a kind of yin yang in our kind of way of working and who we are as people. And yeah, I also think like I think we did just naturally, I don't think we did it for the purposes of the film, but we naturally spoke about our experiences as actors, as gay men, those journeys, which I think are always they're such vulnerable, emotional things to talk about, and they're very bonding to reveal that to someone. And for me, I think someone who's only been kind of publicly out for 3 years versus Jonathan's since 2009, and being an actor I always looked to as an example of how that was going. I think for me it was quite a significant thing to have those chats, because there's not been many people in my life thus far in the industry that I've been able to talk to about that. So it was a really unique and kind of rewarding experience, the whole thing.
Angelina Jolie is working to bring attention to the Yazidi genocide survivors in northern Iraq. 8 years ago, ISIS attacked the minority community in the Sinjar region. This week, Jolie was there with human rights activist Nadia Murad. Murad escaped from ISIS captivity and went on to create the nonprofit group Nadia's Initiative. The group says thousands of people were killed in the 2014 genocide and hundreds of thousands were displaced. It also says more than 6,000 women and children were enslaved. Murad's nonprofit is working to help the region recover. Thank you for joining me on This Advocate today. Visit theadvocatechannel.com for more of my full interviews and content and coverage that advocates for you. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. I'll see you next time.